Queen Agrippa about his calling, that, you know, Paul used to be a murderer. So did I. Okay? So guess what? A lot of bad people in the world. So, bad people in the world.
Who'd you kill, Click?
So, we're all murderers.
Speak for
Do
yourself.
you understand? I mean, I don't know if everybody really gets this.
Well, you must be referring to this then. Again, it's his own words. And I'm sure you can interpret it, you know, try to spin it another way. But he did say he's a murderer. Did he not say that?
Depending on what does that block look like, what does that corner look like, but it's standard. I think they were still assessing it. You know, right now what we have is we have 3 empty rice cookers that obviously.
Well, obviously, when you have 3 empty rice cookers, it means that those 3 rice cookers, they didn't get detonated yet. With Fox 10, the Phoenix rising. Oh, look. 666,000 subscribers. Oh, yeah. So does Christopher Green. He has the same thing. 666,000. And then, well, let's see. Paul Begley has, let me go. Paul Begley has 30,000. Yeah, there you go. 33. So he has 33. You know, it's funny. I look at my channel, and my channel, I have 23,000, and it hasn't moved. It hasn't moved in a while. It's like, it's just stuck there at 23,000. No more, no less. It's at exactly 23,000. It's been like that for, like, I think the past week when I started to notice it. But I know it's, you know, people just aren't subscribing to me. Look. It's at exactly 23,000. So it's just staying still. That's all it's doing. It ain't moving up or down anymore. At least not at this moment. I joined August 24, 2013 to figure out how to make fiberglass hoods for Robin Hood's design. I had on eBay selling hoods. And then, you know, this shit came along. So I had my channel for a while, but I didn't upload a video until April 2nd, 2017.
If you're here, you're a murderer. Because your boss is a murderer.
So again, he's talking to his employees, letting them know that they're murderers too, because they're helping a murderer. Now, so far, he's not explaining that in a spiritual sense at all. He's just flat out telling you that you're a murderer.
He was a murderer from the beginning. Your dad.
He's talking to his employees right now. Yeah, well, is there a parent?
He's telling all of you that work for him.
Yeah,
which is true.
Robin, that's what I just said.
Him, you're a murderer.
You didn't hear me, dummy?
Spiritually, you're a murderer. This is the Unabomber.
Oh, that's
right?
true.
That's him right there.
That is him, ain't it?
That's the Unabomber.
Yep, I agree.
Neither shall you touch it, lest you die. Lie with the woman. Genesis 3. Neither shall you touch it, lest you die. Lie with the woman. Don't touch it, lest you die. Lie with the woman. The word touch is lie with the woman. Okay, so
that's the sickness of what he's doing. The word touch means lie with a woman. How does that mean that? Well, Because what he can do is he goes to his Bible book that has man-made definitions put in there for words, and what he does is he changes the damn word. I mean, he changed the water, moving over the waters of the earth, or however it is in the beginning, and he translates it to semen. So that's where he's at with his translations. It's perversion. So Paul Begley here with 3,300 or 330,000. He's letting you know that there's 10 days of until the rockets are fired in the Holy Land. Breaking escalation in the Holy Land. Israel strikes back. So he's over there, which means it's just like Philadelphia's getting ready to get hit. So is Jerusalem. Because you have to figure out which one is which. When Philadelphia gets hit, Kleck is calling it New Jerusalem. He's not really, but he's hinting around that that's what's going to get destroyed. And at the same time, you have to destroy Israel on TV too. And you got to set off some bombs in places and let people see real destruction. And you got to make them believe. And then here's Paul Begley in his title, Messiah Coming to Mount of Olives. So there he is. He's there. Mike from around the world helps him. Who resigns? Somebody, a prime minister? Okay. So the prime minister resigns. The head leader of the head ISIS leader has been killed. He's the president of ISIS, and well, Trump's up next.
Shows you what's going on because the light makes manifest what's in the darkness. Let's see if y'all can guess what this one means. Time's up. Let's count the points on it. Ready? We'll start with this big one right
11.
here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because we started with the big one, right? Started with the big one. So the big one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In decagram. No, tell me it ain't so.
It
So now
is.
once you got their playbook and once you know how they operate, how they communicate.
I do.
Time's up. And I'm here to tell you time's up. Yeah, the end of the world's here. Now do you believe me? That's how I know.
I'm here to tell you
now,
time's up.
Let's go to this. And let me show you these guys. Ready? Now, remember what's in the middle of a hendecagram. Let's see, is there a hendecagram right here in this one? There you go. What's in the middle of a hendecagram?
Time's up.
Well, there's the interlocking right side up, upside down triangles, which some people call the Star of David. And so right here, but what's in the dead center of that is a star. And what you're doing is you're taking an angel, which is represented by the right side up star, and they're just simply turning that angel upside down, and it becomes a Mindy's goat system. And if you look at Daniel, I'm just going to throw you in Daniel real quick.
In other words, he's bringing up Daniel because it's getting ready to happen. Even though he doesn't believe that it's actually going to happen the way it is going to happen in the Bible, but he's telling you he's going to throw you into the lion's den.
Just to prove it real quick, Daniel, we'll go to Daniel 12. And at that time, Michael shall stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. There shall be a time of trouble, and it means female rival.
Again, oh my God. How the hell does trouble mean female rival? Where do you get to that conclusion besides making up your own damn words?
And that's why the Statue of Liberty stands for what it stands for, the mother of exiles. It's a representation of the female rival. But let me show you down here. Look at this. And those that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars. Look. As round or as shining, blazing, shining. That's the same as the meaning of the name Clarice, isn't it? Do you see how everything's connected once you know the truth? Here's a Rifleman magazine right here with the Statue of Liberty being engulfed by a tidal wave. With the 11/6, which is the midterm elections. Here is Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, it's November 6th, actually. It's coming up.
Caressing Clarice's hand, which means bright and shining, and she's trying to find the one that's killing the girls and using their skin because Buffalo Bob wants to metamorphose. Here's what's in the container. I wonder what the odds of all this are, don't you?
Very slim,
here's a billboard
of course.
that is on Highway 44. Who's the 44th president? Barack Obama, right? Look at this is a big billboard on Highway 44. It says, "Shh, listen, hear it? What is that?" Remember, those who try and hide their plans from the Lord, they turn everything upside down, right? Right? Just like that 9/11, 11/6. Watch this.
Isn't that what you're doing? Aren't you turning things upside down? With your 9/11, 11/9? 11/6, 9/11. 60 days, full days, 60 full days from September 11th, 2019 to November 6th, 2019, 60 full days.
Anyway, very profound stuff. 116. I'm wondering if the Lord's trying to tell us something here.
Remember, he's claiming to be the Lord, so he's just throwing it out there to the people that know that he thinks he's the Lord. His message to you is, I wonder if I am trying to tell you something here with the second 9/11. On 11/6, because it's mirror image.
116. That's 9/11 upside down and backwards. Rifleman Magazine. Let's take a look one more time. Rifleman Magazine. Tidal wave covering the Statue of Liberty. Your vote is all that prevents a socialist wave on 116. Hannibal Lecter. Silence of the Lambs 116. 9/11 upside down in both cases. I don't know. Who knows? But I do know that right now I'm sitting in a...
Yeah. I don't know, but I do know. See, the tsunami has to destroy New York too, because that's part of what's in his container. See, there's 3 in a row. They're weighing it out. He's talked about 3 in a row. Steve's talked about 3 in a row. So when the bombing happens first, and it's a sporting event, well, because I know that a bombing is going to happen at a sporting event, well, then I'm going to try to come up with a date and the actual team. So I'm saying it's the Eagles and the Bears because they're both in the Bible. And it's when that happens on Sunday, and then a bombing happens on Monday at the bank at 17th and John F Kennedy Boulevard in Philadelphia at 8:48 a.m. When that happens, then there's going to be a 2-3 bypass, because the first event would be the sporting event on a bye week, and then the second event would be the bombing at a bank that he goes to, but he only went once before. It's kind of on the way. Then you have, because that's the second event, the third and final event in Philadelphia would be the 2-3 bypass, because a bypass is a day. You're bypassing a day. So if you're looking at here, the football game, the bombing, this is 2-3 bypass. Bypass 3, because it's a 2-3 bypass to the 6th, which is the second 9/11. Well, it's 9/11 mirrored and backwards, upside down, just like Kleck said. So from this point, you literally have 4, 3, 2, 1, but you have one event, second event, one event, 2 event, 3 bypass, 4 event. Beast rises from the pit, because, well, this could be over the tidal wave. Over New York. But there's 3 in a row in Philly. But they're waiting for him to go back to back to back to back. So from the 3rd to the 6th, 3 events to the 6th, 3 times 6. And you get here and it time's up. So when time is up, well, I mean, on that clock, the William Penn Center, William Penn building, there is a clock on there. And when the time goes up, I think when it happens at noon, when something happens at noon, it's going to start getting dark, because time's up. This is just Kleck's way of trying to be funny, to show you the first holographic airplane that fell through, and then the other, just basically 4, 3, 2, 1. There's the William Penn. I have a feeling that one of these major events has to happen. Like, I think the last event happens at 12 noon. Because the sun has to go down at 12 noon. In the middle of the day, it has to be darkened in order for them to fulfill Bible prophecy.
We have 3 empty rice cookers. That obviously 2 of them are connected. The third one may be.
2-3 bypass.
Sorry? Wait, we can get that for you. I don't have it now. Yeah, we're all back in business.
Well, everything's back to normal except for the 2-3 line. We're still holding that, only to process the scene. And we expect that service to resume shortly. Very shortly.
So when you look at the tapes, it appears though it's a deliberate act or something that put something down was distracted on the phone.
He takes the pressure cooker out of the shopping cart, he places it on the ground. And then he does that again. So I don't know what the deliberate act is, whether it was to create fear and alarm on the part of the public, or whether he was discarding items that he was no longer interested in. To get there, we're going to have to identify him and interview him.
It was to let us know where the next event
by
is
and large,
going to
though, I
be.
think what you see here is a system that works. Counterterrorism patrol in the subway system, where they're supposed to be, alert public,
Planet
coming
X
together,
is coming to Philadelphia.
assessing the scene. Bomb squad got here very quickly, was able to go through their procedures and determine that these
Second
items were not
9/11,
a physical threat. We mirrored that response on 16th Street with a separate
7
bomb
into
squad
the
team on the
8th
scene,
year.
continue their job here. This is a part of life when you see items like that. If you recall, I know you all do because we were all there together. We had a bomb go off in the subway on December 11, 2017. Mass transit has been a global target. As you recall, we had 2 bombs in Chelsea, one of which detonated, both of which were in pressure cookers. So,
advised of this incident, namely, as the chief said, at around 7 o'clock, 0700, that there had been these 2 suspicious packages found on the 2-3 platform here at Fulton Street. We immediately, acting upon police advice and putting safety first for our customers, we immediately suspended service on line 2 and 3, and we commenced bypassing services on the other lines.
That's 2 and 3 bypassing. It's bypassing a day.
However, we always put safety first. So police advice was that the service on lines 2 and 3 was to remain suspended. It did so. We evacuated staff out of the stations, and we immediately set about providing information via every medium possible, namely Twitter, through our website, through announcements on trains, to let customers know that until further notice, Fulton Street Station would not be served. In other words, stations, services, all lines through Fulton Street, trains would not be stopping.
But
we
it's
got the all
like
clear
this.
to resume stopping at Fulton Street on all lines except the 2-3 at 0848. And as of right now, that remains the case. All of the lines are stopping at Fulton Street, except for the 2-3, which is still suspended, non-stopping rather, still bypassing through the station while the police conduct their scenes of crime investigation. We did have 2 trains that we had to deal with when that call first came through from the police that there was the issue on the 2-3 platform. We had 2 trains to deal with. So again, acting quickly, and I would credit my staff with their professionalism. We had 1 train to evacuate at Fulton Street. That was done in orderly fashion. It was done quickly. Customers were taken off the train and evacuated to street level. We had 1 other train that had to be taken back to Wall Street. But again, there were no injuries. It was done calmly and it was done professionally. So like the chairman, I would like to thank our employees.
So here's what it looks like when all the crisis actors are done. And this guy takes his vest off and goes to the next scene. And he only does it to show you that he's a damn crisis actor.
All right, everybody, so that was the update this morning in New York City in regards to the suspicious packages. You heard them talk about 6th Avenue. This is a live look now.
Oh, wait. This is a different video. It doesn't show the ending of it where they all scatter too. The media just scatters.